All right, looks like we're live here. Alaska Ballistics Late Night Gun Chat. Thanks, guys, for joining in, and thank you very much. Let's see, we've got Dan O'Neill. We have Kahara, Grizzly Crazy, 67 Rebel, SST AMC. First one's here. Thank you very much. And you guys know about Late Night Gun Chat. We just talk about what you guys want to talk about and what everybody wants to talk about. Might have a few people joining the panel here in a few minutes. I don't know you're here if you don't say anything, so hit the thumbs up and like and subscribe. We are looking for super chat and Patreon supporters to help us get us to the Iraq Veteran 8888 meet. So we are welcome all of those, so appreciate that. Grizzly Crazy is in the house, the man with more guns than I know. Actually, I know one more person with more guns than you. But anyway, I'd say it's no secret, but all right. Got South Dakota in the house. Hey, South Dakota, Dylan Hickerson. What's up? How you doing? So got a lot of that. We just talk about your questions and what are your questions and what are, my answers. And, that's all we do on Late Night Gun Chat. So, all right. Let us know if there's anything here. Hola, Big Al. Hola. And sorry, my wall is reflecting my light a little bit there, so hopefully it's not too bad. And anyway, so I've been working on my four-wheeler, trying to get the ATV going. Runs good once you start it. I think it needs a new carburetor for starting there. So that's that. If any of y'all are good with four-wheelers, I did the front brakes, and they're working really good. They're really spongy, but I think you kind of want that on front brakes because you don't want to get thrown over the handlebars. So Clint Keller, there you go. Travis B, hello from Kentucky. Are you my cousin? My cousin Travis? No, probably not. Anyway, he's from Louisville. I think all my cousins are subscribed to the show, so subscribe to the channel. So anyway, we're just talking about what you guys want to talk about. YouTube, gun control, whatever you guys want to talk about, ammo, guns, firearms, reloading. So ask your questions away, and we will try to get to them. My internet connection down here in the basement's a little spotty, so sorry about that. So bear with it if it goes in and out a little bit. So we'll see who joins the chat tonight. I've gotten a few people here to join the chat and answer some questions as well, but I don't know who's coming and who's not, so we'll see. Yep. So anyway, I don't think Slav Guns is going to join us, but let's see. It's rough when other YouTubers are in different time zones, so that's that. So what's up with no mail order ammo and AK? That sucks. Yeah. So basically, all ammunition has to be shipped to UPS ground, legally. Federal. They also let you ship some next day air, but basically, it's you can't ship to AK because it has to be exported because it's going to cross international waters. Because Alaska doesn't extend down to Washington. There's the part of Vancouver and British Columbia right there. So that's that. That's that. So anyway. How's it going, everybody? Northwest Guns. I think you got a invite to come. If you want to come on and chat with us, come right ahead. I don't think you're as Northwest as I am, but that's still cool. Anyway, hey y'all. What's up, Desert Gunner 101? How did your 7mm weight 120 earring TTSX hand loads turn out accuracy-wise? Well, I only posted those last night. I have not been in the range. I had to work today. I have work, so. That's that. Any fish in the streams yet? Yeah, I've been told there's some Dolly Vardens right next to me, and I haven't gone after them yet like a crazy idiot. So that's that. So yeah, but no, I'm hoping these turn out well. We'll see. I've been playing around with different loads for that. Right now, it's doing about 1 1/4 inches with 145 grain LRX. And it's just a old beat up Ruger American compact with the warped stock that the Ruger Americans had. So that's that. So, yeah. Oh, it's the 7mm 08, like look for the Barnes versus Fort Scott, and you'll see that. But that's that. Cali trying to tax ammo to the point of killing in the market. This is when last year more guns were purchased than ever before in history. Cali can't see the forest for the libs. Yeah, that's probably true. Cali's definitely doing that. So, all right, welcome to the channel for the first time, Northwest Guns. What's going on, man?
How are you doing tonight?
Oh, doing all right. We're just chatting away on different things. So,
okay.
That's that. Well, answer any questions in the chat. So I got one here from Desert Gunner. You do more ballistics tests, S11. Do some far distance ballistic tests. Planning it this summer. I've got a place to go now, and we're looking at doing ballistics gel tests at 500 and 700 yards. So that's going to be a fun one.
Nice.
So the basic hunting calibers that I have. Anything y'all want to see on that, you're just going to have to see. That's that. So, first time on the channel, Northwest Guns. Tell everybody your name or your channel or whatever information you want to share, and tell them what's going on. So.
Okay, guys. My name is Derek. You can find me over at Northwest Guns. I am actually out of Montana. Originally started the channel when I lived in Idaho. I've been in the firearm industry for about 10 years now as a builder and designer, and been a content creator for going on 3 years. I do a lot of live streams with my friend Slav Guns and a couple other people. And I have never been able to hop on your channel and do one with you, so I figured I'd hop on for a few minutes tonight and say hi and see how everything was going.
Sure, absolutely. Y'all go check him out. Whoever one of my mods in the chat, go ahead and put a link to his channel. So that way everybody knows to check him out. So there we go. All right. I am curious if anyone has experience with Swift A-frame pistol bullets in general, in particular the 180 and 200 grain 10mm loads. I have, in general, we did one test on the 41 Magnum out of that 10-inch 41 Magnum. My buddy has the TC Contender, and it performs great. Yeah, but we didn't have any. I don't have any 10mm experience. You got any experience with Swift A-frame bullets there, Derek?
No, I don't. That's Swift bullets run where I live are pricey, and I'd rather shoot the monolithics if I was going to pay that much money.
Yeah, definitely.
Just got into those for competition purposes, and for hunting purposes, I use either Barnes, Berger, or Hornady.
There you go. Yep. So got a couple of people that are going to subscribe to you right now. I usually Brownies for my fat puts everything in there. So one of my other mods is going to have to step it up. He's not here yet. I don't see him. So that's that. Turning 18 and going to start open carry. I live in Alaska like you. What, in your opinion, what was a good gun to carry? Colt 1911 or Smith & Wesson 686? Ryan, it really depends on what you want to do with it. Both are underpowered for brown bear. I mean, a 1911 style and 10mm would be better. But you know, there are definitely there are heavy loads, but you know, Smith & Wesson doesn't handle a lot of the heavy buffalo bore loads very well. So, I mean, I would look at if you're really wanting 686 and a 357 Magnum, I'd really look at a GP 100, get somebody to do a trigger job on it. So that's that. I would say get your 1911 and 10 mil and make sure it's 100% reliable. That's all I can say. You know, drop it in the snow a couple times and make sure you can do it. So, what do you think between a 1911 or a 686? Somebody's open carrying, probably mostly here in the woods and the trail.
That's a hard. I carry a 1911 open carry when I'm out in the woods. So I'm carrying 45 plus Ps. So that's my preferred myself.
Yeah, they can get the job done for sure.
So. Yeah, I mean, I've been debating on a project for the last couple of years about converting one of my 45 ACPs into a 45 Super.
Yeah, I did that with my Glock 21, and I love 45 Super. but I have like a 6.61 inch lone wolf barrel, so I'm getting like 460 rolling velocities. You know, I've got I've got a 200 grainer that's getting 1375 regularly, and sometimes it'll hit over 1400. So, yeah, but there is a great load by Spear Lawman, and the Spear Lawman makes a 200 grain plus P total metal jacket bonded flat nose in 45 ACP. And I carried that for years before, because there's a local shop here that carried it, and I bought 4, 5, 6, 7 of those boxes and carried that for years before I started the channel and got into 45 Super. So that's that. Looks like Adam Hymas is going to put he put your channel link in the chat. Thank you, Adam. All right, Adam's a really good friend.
You, Adam.
So, all right, Texas Beast. Texas Senate is supposed to bring constitutional carry. Yeah, thank you. The Texas Senate is supposed to bring constitutional carry to a floor vote, Manana, on Monday. Already passed her House, and the government has already sworn he will sign it. So I heard tonight it's only got to have 16 votes. There are 18 Republicans, and it's only got to have 16 votes. So, and the Republicans are the majority. So that's a good thing for constitutional carry. All these people are passing constitutional carry, but I don't see them passing any nullification. Arkansas passed some nullification bills, but 2A sanctuary. So that's that. What do you think about that, Derek? Do you think it's time for? I just don't think constitutional carry is enough for fighting everything that's in Washington. It's about time for nullification type bills.
No, I agree. Montana just went constitutional carry this year. Idaho had it for probably the last 6-7 years. And I know Arizona's had it for over 10 when I was down there before. I don't know. Is it going to be enough? Who knows at this point with the way everything is being played out. I think it's a good crack in the stone. It's a good stepping stone for it. But other than that, we'll have to see how it plays out.
Absolutely. Totally agree there. All right. So Big Al is saying Rock Island Armory, 10 millimeter 1911. No, I've seen too many issues with those. I've just seen too many of them. Magazine issues, feeding lips issues. The ramps are not polished. They won't run heavy buffalo bore and heavy hardcast loads sometimes. But if you get one that runs, it runs great. But it's kind of like a Taurus. You might get one that runs, you might get one that doesn't. So I'm the Taurus hater. So, but if you get one that runs, I've been thinking about buying a Rock Island just to have one, but every time I do, I go, no, I already said I can't have it on the channel. So, because I'm a gun snob. But anyway, have you had any experience with Rock Island 10 millimeter?
Not in a 10 millimeter. My Rock Island is the 45 I carry out in the woods with me.
Yeah, I've not heard any issues with 45s, but
no, not at all. Honestly, not much of a 10 millimeter guy. For me to own that pistol, I would have to want to make it some sort of an everyday carry or carry it more than I would normally something else.
Yeah. Well, around here, you carry 10 millimeter because you're not just defending yourself against, people. But, Montana's got grizzlies too. So, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
All right. 2A Sanctuary State, Big Al, Oklahoma is that. So, there's that. 10 millimeter Buffalo Bear for defense, hardcast or monolithic. Honestly, you can't go wrong with either one. They made the monolithic so that Glocks could run them better. So if you're not getting a Glock, get a 10 mil, get the hardcast. I have no issues with the hardcast in my Glock, but I've gotten a KKM barrel. So that's that. Looks like Big Al just subbed to you. What do you think, hardcast or monolithic? You can't go wrong really either way.
Oh man, see that's the thing. I don't have much experience with a 10 millimeter. Once again, I have to convert back to a 45. Hardcast.
Yeah. But in all of my hardcast versus extreme penetrators tests, the extreme penetrators actually did farther by like 6 inches. So it's not, it wasn't enough that I don't think the hardcast wouldn't do it. Now, that being said, in my 45 Super, I shot a grizzly bear sideways through the head and found the bullet in the shoulder, one of those 1,400 feet per second, 200 grainers. So, it was, granted, it was a small grizzly bear. His rug's right here, and it was only a 6-footer, 300 pounds. But he had saw me from 320 yards away and was walking and very interested in me. So it was either hunting by myself, shoot the smaller bear and be able to pack it out, or try to scare it away and get eaten. So I had my choice there. He was, he was at 88 yards, but he was staring me down and thinking I was food. So, is what it is. Most of the people on the channel probably seen that video, but there's a lot of holes in that bear skull, because when I came up to him, he was doing this thing like this. He was dead as a doornail, but he was just getting excess lungs and twitching out air out of his lungs. It's kind of something scary to walk up on. You know what I mean? Just saying. So,
I would say that. I would say so.
Yeah, when you're by yourself. My only bear gun was a Maverick 88. Works fine. There you go. Yeah. Waterproof your slugs. Manana means tomorrow. Oh yeah. I've heard the rumor is they're going to vote on that bill in Texas tomorrow. So what they really need to vote on is the succession bill that's always in the Senate. Go ahead and succeed from the United States and let the rest of us follow. All right. I don't care who's in the White House right now. I mean, the previous guy wasn't that good either. So let's just go ahead and do it and let them have all the debt and all the liberals. So we have a 2A sanctuary bill in the works too. So I guess I told you how I really feel about it there, Derek, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, I have no issues with telling you how it is. That's kind of my problem with my job. I tell them how it is, and they don't like it.
Yeah, there's that. Mine runs great. Well, I'm glad yours runs great. I've seen a number of them run fine. Yeah, but Pat had an issue. John Fazer, who up in Alaska, has been on the channel a lot. He had an issue. So I've had numerous customers come to me at Cabela's and ask for fixing issues with them. I just can't do it. 10 millimeter is king. Yeah, until you get to 45 Super. Just got a SIG in 1911 and 10 millimeter, shoots all the buffalo boar hardcast well. Cool. Yeah. I would like to see what the SIG 220, if it shoots everything very well. I'm sure it does, but gosh, they're so expensive though. For the SIG 220, I can buy 3 Glocks, even at today's prices. Another thing about carrying Alaska is most of the deaths by animals are by moose instead of bears, and they really lose their fear of humans if in Anchorage, Palmer, or Wasilla, or even Big Lake. That's true. Moose do stomp or injure more people than bears, and they are not afraid of you. So.
See, I've never been to Alaska yet. It's on my bucket list to get to.
Oh yeah, so, it's a lot of fun. It's a good place. I mean, the sun's not setting till 10:30 tonight, so I might after the chat run my 4-wheeler up the mountain and go bear hunting. So I'm just saying.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm just rubbing it in. Whatever.
Yeah, I got to go work here soon. Here in a little bit. So.
Oh man!
Unfortunately,
I'm just normal names. I carry an FNX Tactical 45 and my 10 millimeter coat and tie and work. P365. There you go. Like David Martin just subbed to you. All right, great gun. Did you see Kentucky Ballistics 50 cal blew up on him and almost killed him? Shit's crazy. Yeah, we saw that. We were talking about that last week on on the reloading chat that I deleted because YouTube was looking at the monetization and starting to play games, so I just deleted it. 1911 is great design, but they need to be put together by a craftsman, which in today's days and age is expensive. Other designs of modern manufacturing are reliable, cheaper. Fact, I can say that. Yeah, I've seen it too cheap.
I can beg to differ with that one. I can agree to disagree with that.
Yeah.
The one thing with the Rock Island Armory is they make nice frames and slides. It's just their internal parts are not all that well. So if you want to take the time and rebuild it with like Wilson Combat or some Ed Brown parts, then you'll have yourself one hell of a gun.
Yeah, isn't everything filed to fit though on a 1911? Aren't you going to have to file things down, and or a lot of the standard parts going to work together?
Wilson Combat's got a new series of 1911 parts out called blueprinted parts, and most of them 9 times out of 10 will fit in. A little bit of work, a little bit of file work, but nothing as major as it used to be.
Okay, that's good. All right. Okay, I'll carry the 1911 Kunin, and I'm jealous. Yeah, there you go. That's the guy should get carrying in Alaska. 1911 Kunin. Get your 357 Magnum in 1911. They work too. They pretty good guns.
There you go.
Yeah,
best of all worlds right there.
Yeah, that's the only guy.
Last one. I was gonna say last one I just saw was about 1900.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know my dad was a FUD when I told him about my 10 millimeter. Okay, there you go. How was your dad a FUD? Lady in Coho likely had 2 dogs with her, Colorado. I'm not sure what he's talking about there. Yeah. Adam Hymus, please remember to hit the thumbs up. I would love to go to Alaska. I dream of it. Yeah. There you go. How's it going tonight, James? Yeah. I carry my S&W 1076 10 millimeter and my S&W 442 38 special. There you go. That's 2 good carry guns right there. All right. 30-06 with a 220 grain bullet got my last bear. All right, Ryan, tell us, is that a brown bear or a black bear? So, Rock Island 1911s aren't original Colt machines. No, they're not. Have you tried the new Colt Anaconda yet? Yeah, like I have the money to get a new Colt. They don't send me stuff. I don't have.
Right?
Yeah. Almost 18,000 subscribers isn't enough. Almost 1.8 million. Yeah, that's enough. But no, that's not. They don't send me. They don't send me that kind of stuff. Yeah. And honestly, if I was spending new money, I wouldn't spend it on a revolver right now. So. I bet 70% for parts of 1911 will drop in. Probably. Yeah.
Most modern day machine parts, yeah.
Yeah. My Shadow 2 is well built as any gun made. Yeah, the Shadow 2 is a nice gun. I've held one in my hands. I'm not going to pay that kind of money for a 9 millimeter, but they're nice. I mean,
I would.
Yeah.
That's about the only 9 millimeter I would spend over $1,000 on. To be honest with you, they just run so smooth.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I was looking at a new 10 millimeter Tangfolio EAA Witness. Yay or nay? Yes, if you get the steel frame one, yes, they're actually very good very good guns. The polymer framed version was not. But yeah, they're actually very good guns. Chook either has one or had one. It's been a couple of my videos where I've done multiple barrel length chronographs. So yeah, no issues. A lot more recoil than the Glock 29. He has the compact, so it has a lot more recoil. It's noticeably higher than the Glock 29, and part of that is because the steel sends the vibration of the recoil differently than polymer does. People always think, oh, it's heavier, it's going to recoil less. Well, it's not that much heavier, and just it feels weird. And you can tell a huge difference in recoil between different power loads. And the EAA, you have to run 10 millimeter power loads, not 40 Smith & Wesson loads in a 10 millimeter case. So like a lot of the federal or stuff is. So Calaveras 32 Special, what's going on? He has a channel. Everybody go check him out. Working to get a carry permit for Shield 40 and SIG P238. There you go. So brown bear up in the Copper Valley. Oh, nice. There you go. Lots of military 1981s aren't cold either. That's true. The old ones from the Philippines were. My Black Bear was 150 grain SIG non-lead 308. There you go. Those SIG non-lead 308s are good bullets. I have some 6.5 somewhere to test. In the SIG non-lead. I did a 23 test on those. I'm pretty sure they're just a Barnes copy bullet of some kind. Yeah. 10 millimeter match is sweet. Upgrade to a hitting guide rod and buffer, though. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Shadow 2 is ironically a budget competition gun. Ironically, that's true. 25-cent tune-up will help any gun. That's true. That's true. New AR-15s, I do that little trigger job on every one of them. Have a mil-spec trigger going 4.5 pounds. You know. Okay, maybe not 4.5, but not 8.5 like the mil-spec trigger. Yeah. So, all right. During the war, yeah, many different companies made Colts. You know, getting a Remington Rand 1911 is sweet. Do you agree that the 375 H&H is one of the most versatile on cartridges for Alaska hunting? No, yeah, it's too big for most black bear and caribou and Sitka blacktail deer. So I would say no, it's not the most versatile. If you're just hunting moose and brown bear, yeah, absolutely. You're gonna like the Ruger, the 375 Ruger better, an extra 100 feet per second. Even out of shorter barrels. So it's doing what the 375 H&H will do out of shorter barrels. So I would say stay with that 375 Ruger personally. But your most versatile is probably going to be your 300 Win Mag, 300 Weatherby Mag, 300 WSM, 300 SOM. You know, your 300 calibers are going to be your most versatile because they can do brown bear. Little light for brown bear, yeah. You want a bigger bullet. 338 is probably your most all around because you can do 185 grains for anything small, and you can do 250 or even 275 grains in 338 for anything big. That's why I have a 338. So that's that.
What about 300 PRC? How would that be for a hunting cartridge up there in Alaska?
It'd be awesome. And now, as far as ammunition, when it's on the shelf, you know, obviously it hasn't been lately. Only things you can find are the Hornady Match and the Hornady ELDX, and both of those suck as hunting bullets. You know, the ELDX is just absolutely horrible. It's a glorified VMAX, and it'll just any velocity at all just breaks completely apart. And I actually had.
I was going to say, there's a place here in Montana. They're at south of Stevensville called Hammer Bullets, and they make monolithic hunting bullets.
Okay.
Something to look into.
Yeah,
they're sending me some of their new target bullets to try out in the next month or so.
Yeah. You know, we hunt up here with Barnes monolithic bullets, tip TSX. Tip TSX as much. If it's close range, we know it's going to be close range, we'll use the TXX. I hunt with my 7 mag LRX, 145 grain LRX, and I'll hunt anything in Alaska with that round. You know, last year I killed my caribou with a 6.5 Creedmoor, my Bergara, with the 127 grain LRX at 282 yards. So, you know.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah. In fact, my only. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I just got some of those TSX bullets, 130 grainers in the 270 for my wife to try on her rifle.
Yeah. So the TSX will not expand past like 150, 200 yards. It slows down and doesn't have enough expansion. It'll go. My 7 mag 160 grains went right through a black bear. I hit it 4 times at 319 yards, and you know it just no damage at all. Went straight through. One of them hit the spine, and he crawled away on his front 2 legs. Found it an hour and a half later, and I still had to put 2 10 millimeter shots through his head. Yeah, the TSX I stay away from, but the tipped TSX, you're good out to about 450, and then the LRX you're supposed to be good to about 700. But the LRX may rip its pedals close range and at high velocities. So, yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. I've got my 7 mag sighted in, and my 6.5 by 284 Norma is what I've been hunting with this year so far. So that's that. But yeah, I definitely think 375 H&H. Get back to his question. yeah, no, it's overkill for caribou. It's overkill for, black bear. And, there's some really big black bear, 400 to 500, 600 pounds here, but they're still fairly rare because they're so populated here. Um, I'd still say, it wouldn't be overkill for like the 500 pounder, but, for 400 pound, it would be, you know, 300 pounds under, it would still be overkill personally. So, but, you know, people here, people from the lower 48 think I move up here and got to have this big gun. And people here hunt with 270s and 30-06 and 20-06, 5-06 and 6.5 Creedmoor and 7mm '08. And I've got a friend who's taken two caribou, bigger caribou than I have with 7mm '08. And,
I was gonna say I hunt with a 7mm mag, Browning BLR lever action.
yeah,
That's
nice
what I
guns.
hunt with here, and
Yeah,
I want to build a 25-06 Ackley improved next year.
there you go. Yeah, are you going to do the a higher twist rate barrel where you can shoot the 131 grain Black Aces bullets?
Yes,
Nice.
I was looking at a 1 and 8, maybe 1 and 7.5. I don't know. I've heard 1 and 8 was a really good twist rate. Somebody was
Yeah,
recommending 1 and 7. That might be a little too much.
yeah.
Mu-
The 1 and 7
but
wouldn't allow you to do varmint bullets very well. I don't think it'd be too
true.
tight. The speeds they're coming out, but any of the monolithic bullets, like I have a box of, yeah, in fact, there's some right here next to me, but I have a box of 90 grain 25-06 GMX Hornady GMX Super Performance. Those 90 grains ought to be nice coming out of that.
Oh, nice. I'll have to try those out. But I got to agree
Yeah,
with Colin on this one. The 338 is the most versatile, I would say. I'm a big Lepua fan, so
yeah,
I have a regular 338, and then I have a 338 improved I'm working on right now for a project on the channel.
cool. Yeah. All right. I like the P220 10mm best. Yeah, it's a nice gun. All right. Splattered a squirrel yesterday. Forgot what choke I had in it, and since I always use 3-inch bird shot with a full choke, it was not the right choice for a 5-yard shot on a squirrel. No, no, it was not. I tell you what was my worst choice on squirrel was 22 Magnum, and I took a 50-yard body shot with a VMAX, and like one side, this shoulder was coming out of this side. I only had the hind legs, and then that was back when I lived in Georgia. But like, it's not, not that, not that bad. It was just awful. Thoughts on the 60 grain 10mm rounds, Liberty Defense. Yeah, they get over 2,000 feet per second. I've done a video with my G40. They're totally gimmick. Unless you're a sky marshal wanting people to feel safer in an airplane, even though piercing the hull of the airplane is not going to kill you, you can still land safely with the roof ripped off. There's actually stories of that. But yeah, they claim a little over 2,000 feet per second, and they get it too. So that's that. But anyway, so what does squirrel confetti look like? There we go. Yeah. As far as the 60 grain 10mm, I would not use them for anything. Nothing. They don't penetrate. So the little disc that is left over penetrates 12 inches in gel. All of the fragments spread within the first 4 or 5 inches. Gel is not the human body. Okay. I'm a fat guy, so you're wanting 18 inches of penetration with me. 18 inches in gel tends to be about 8 to 12 to 14 inches in a person, according to several of the first FBI studies on gelatin testing. So everybody says I want 12 to 18 inches in gel. No, you want 12 is not 12 is what you want in the human body. 18 inches is what you want in gel. And the only things that do that are bullets that hold together really well. And if you don't want over penetration, you got to get a hollow point that both holds together and does not open, or use something like the Extreme Defender. So the 115 grain Extreme Defenders are great. I mean, almost 1,900 feet per second, and with the long barrel I have, with the 9-inch barrel I have, but 1,700 something, almost 1,750 feet per second in my 6.5-inch KKM barrel. Yeah, those are fine. The Extreme Defenders, I would use those if you're wanting to go light. In fact, I think that might be the best personal protection round out there is the Extreme Defenders, but that's that. So, you got any thoughts on those, Derek?
No, I don't actually. I've never. I'm more of a traditional hollow point guy. I don't play around with too much of those frangibles,
Yeah.
and all that type of stuff because you're right, they're gimmicky. I don't know. To me, they're just not reliable.
Yeah.
Even being former law enforcement and stuff like that, we never switched our ammo if we had to do a prisoner transport onto a plane or anything like that. We always kept with the one. So if we were, well, I carried a 40, so I was carrying 155s.
Nice.
So
That's
but
yep.
yeah, we never switched out to frangibles. Our department didn't like it.
Good. Yeah, I'd hope not. So 30-06 is fine. Again, 30-06 might be a little small for brown bear. So the biggest thing is have two rifles. Have a moose and brown bear rifle. That's your 375 H&H or your 338 Win Mag or something, or Lapua. And then have a rifle for caribou, deer, black bear, that kind of thing. I mean, the truth is, if you're in the budget for one all-around rifle, then you go 300 mag, 7 mag, 338 mag. 30-06 is fine too. If you want, yeah, I have multiple different rifles for different purposes.
So I was gonna say that's why I love about the 338 Lapua because you can load it down to 180, 170 grain bullets, or go all the way up to 300. So
yeah, but
just don't load them hot.
I don't want to lug a 338 Lapua 15 miles in the backcountry on my back though, so that's my issue. So, but I
can understand that.
The Savage Hunter, the long range hunter, is not a bad gun to do that with, though. I will have to say that.
No, I was gonna say my brother-in-law, he does it with his Savage FCP 110.
Okay,
so
that's the heavy barrel too. So, but
yeah, well, it's not as heavy as the one that's on my 112 target. So
right, yeah,
it's right in between, but still, like you said, it's a heavy rifle. I mean, either way you look at it. I take my Lapua out if I know somebody's just going to drive me up, drop me on a ridge, and I'll just sit there all day with it.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you there. That's for sure. Thoughts on 300 Norma for hunting? Hey, if you've got the casing and the ammo, go for it, man. 300 Norma, use a good bullet, Barnes Monolithic or a Hornady GMX or Nozzle Partition or something, so it doesn't fly completely apart on you. And there you go. Yeah, this is true here. One benefit here is with our whole ammo shortage. The Sportsman's Wasilla has a ton. Yeah, Bass Pro, 375 Ruger's the same way. 416 Rigby, 416 Ruger, any of those, they're all like, there's boxes on the shelves. That anything else, there's no 270, there's no 6.5 Creedmoor. It comes in, it's gone, that kind of thing. Knew anything about the 8.6 Blackout cartridge? Yeah, so basically it's a 338 diameter, made to fit in a 308. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on this. And it's designed to be subsonic loads that'll run an AR-10 because subsonic loads don't always run very reliably in an AR-10. So what 300 Blackout is to the AR-15, 8.6 Blackout is supposed to be to the AR-10 platform. I think. I could be wrong. And I think Q was developing it for their little bolt actions too. Could be wrong about that too. It wouldn't be the first time I was wrong. But
so it seems like the 8.6 Blackout is an 8mm necked up on a 308 case.
Yeah. Okay.
So
why didn't they just run the 338 Federal like that? Why did they? Yeah.
You got me on that one. It's like it's like doing a 375 Raptor on a pork sword system.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm way behind in the chat here. What's up, Armin and Axis? How you doing? Adam Hymus. Oversimplified, but caliber means knockdown power, muzzle in it, velocity means range. Yeah, pretty much. Think 308 is enough for Grizzly? Sure. If you hit it in the right spot with the right ammo, sure. Would that be my first choice? No. What do you think, Derek?
Shot placement. That's the only thing I can say. Shot placement.
Yeah. If I'm on a big Grizzly and I've got one of my other rifles, and it's hunting season, I'm ear-holing that thing. Screw the trophy. The trophy to me is the rug. So I'm ear-holing that thing. So, I'm sure my 6.5 Creedmoor will do just fine going through the ear hole. Now, of course, if it's charging me, I'm going to fire whatever I can from the rifle and then draw the handgun. But, that's a different story. But, and then pray and then save a round for myself. Let's see. Have 375 Ruger with a 24-inch and a 375 H&H with a 25-inch. Yeah, I'm telling you, Grizzly Crazy probably has more guns than anybody that we know combined. All right. Salut, friends. Just bought the Glock 20 SF. I'm not sure if it's a Gen 3, but the grips look like a Gen 4. What upgrade should I do to it? Right now, night sights. If you want to shoot a whole bunch of hard casts, get a KKM barrel. They are 12-week weight. Depends on what you're wanting to do with it. If you're going to shoot a whole heck of a lot loads, get a barrel with better chamber support than the Glock standard barrel. But other than that, I'd leave everything else. All mine have, guide rod. I'd get a steel guide rod with a 22-pound spring for heavy loads, or a 20-pound spring. Kind of got to experiment on your slide weight and your spring weight and that kind of thing. But that's that. And it's true. You got to be able. Here's the thing: you got to be able to do both in Alaska. Yeah, you got to be able to do both, and Montana. But I'd venture to say the lower 48 has as many, maybe not as many, at least half as many bear incidents as we do. So. Oh, that's what happens when you make squirrel spaghetti. There you go. 338 is the most Lapua. There you go. Colin agrees with you. All right. Yeah, you were way ahead of me in the chat there. Yeah, the rounds are expensive, more expensive than 50 BMG up here too. 7 mag is nearly impossible to find in the lower 48, except for Gun Broker at $5 a round. 6.5 Creed, same BS. Yep. And that's why I'm reloading most of mine. Can't go wrong with a 30-06 for all around. I totally agree with that. What do you think? Still great.
No, I agree with that.
Yep. I go black bear hunting. I've been my 257 Weatherby Magnum with 120 grain nozzle partition. That'll get it done. What's that thing going out of that Grizzly Crazy? Like 3,300 feet per second?
Oh, easily.
Yeah. I've not looked into 257 Weatherby Magnum in a long time. So a black bear deer the damn size of a small gravy had to be 600 pounds. They exist. Grizzly Crazy been using nozzle partitions in 270 since the mid 80s. Yep. Can't beat that. Funny, the address of the range that I lived in front of for 6 years was 2506. There you go. You can take anything in North America. 30-06, you know how to shoot most things in Africa. So, my dad, some mag hard to find. Dad found me some back in November. It was $40 a box in small northern town in Pennsylvania, and they were 175 grain soft points. Yep. So, but I stocked up on 7 mag and all the reloading components I could find back in the late summer and fall. So I'm good for a couple of years of hard hunting again, but that's why you have more than one rifle. I'm hunting right now with my 6.5 by 284 Norma pretty regularly. That's going to be my hunting rig. My Boomer Soul is really showing, but I want an auto ordnance Thompson in 45 for home defense. It's a heavy gun, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the
It'll get the
lightweight
job
ones.
done though.
Yeah, you'll do it. I don't know. It won't feed hollow points. A lot of them don't feed hollow points very well. You probably have to run critical duty or critical defense out of that. Howdy, what's up, Mr. Big Kid in the house? Alaskan Chuck Ballistics. Yeah, Pat was telling me I missed my shot. The range I worked at when I loaded up some shotgun shells for them, and they were 8 pellets of number 4 buck and 3/4 of an ounce of number 4 copper plated buckshot on top of them. And so I was telling them how they used to call it chuck shot. And so Pat was telling me I really missed the chance to call my channel Double Out Chuck Shot. So yeah, I was like, that's that. So okay, thanks. Yeah, AP rounds. If you got 308 AP rounds, that's what you take on a grizzly bear. You want penetration. You don't care about over penetration. You want to drop blood pressure as fast as possible. So yeah, you want an AR-10, a reliable AR-10, and AP rounds. Yeah, go for it. Is a partition the same as an A-frame? They're very similar bullets. I think the A-frame's a little stronger, but they're pretty much the same thing. So carry the 9mm 90 grain plus P Extreme Defender in my Glock 26. Yeah, it's a good one. So sorry if you hear my kid screaming in the background, but
It's all good. That's why I mute mine in between whatever I'm saying because my wife's watching Vikings behind me.
there you go. We should have made the Smith & Wesson Stealth Hunter and 500 Smith & Wesson. Yeah, that'd be nice. Underwood, I was just curious. There you go. 308 frangibles out of an M1A are pretty good in my opinion for home defense. At least you won't kill the neighbors in the mountain range behind them. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, once you get into rifle rounds, frangibles aren't as bad. 223, they still tend to underpenetrate. But you get into 308 and 6.5 even. Yeah, nothing wrong with frangibles there. All right. 300 Norma is a very good round, but not very con man.
I don't know. I've been finding 300 Norma reloading components a lot lately online. It's made me really think about taking my 338 improved barrel off and having a 300 Norma spun up.
There you go. Yeah, if you don't hand load, there you go. Chucks are just barreling me. That's the only upgrade I picked. Yeah. Okay. So, hand load them well. There you go. The Savage 111 is a great hunting rifle. Light and simple. Yes, it is. So
I can agree on the Savage 111. I built a custom 300 PRC off of one for competition.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's great. Great platform. I bought the Bergara HMR thinking to be my most accurate rifle, and it is with factory ammo, half-inch groups all day. But once I hand loaded for my 6.284 Norma that I traded for, the guy had obviously shot it a few times, didn't get accuracy with any of the ammunition he gave me. That didn't group with any ammunition. I hand loaded for it first time. Hand loaded about 15 rounds just to see what it would do. Barnes 127 grain LRX, a tenth of a grain away from maximum, 0.26 inches, center hole to center hole. I mean, you can't argue with that. And I was like, oh, that's half the groups of my Bergara, And then in the second load I did for it was just some 140 grain SSTs that a viewer sent me, and 0.23 inches center hole to center hole, and different powder, different cartridge overall length and everything. And it was like, okay, so this gun likes my hand loads. Okay, so it's hard. So I've been loving that 6.5 by 284 Norman. I just got a cheap Leupold American scope on it, American Marksman scope on it. It works, and I can take 300 to 400, 500 yard shots, or I can turn the power down and take 1,000-yard shots, whatever. That's what I like about having second focal plane. You don't have the distance on your drop. You just change the dial a little bit. So Let's see. In the Navy, we used M1 Grands, Thompson's 1911s. Not everybody could handle a Thompson on full eye auto rock and rolling. There you go. That's true. But the new straight pull will be a fad. Well, I mean, it's been around for 100 years. I mean, but maybe not 100 years. It's been around for decades.
Well, the straight pull is popular over in Europe. A lot of PRS competition shooters over there have been using it, and honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to run. I'm not too crazy about the calibers that they announced for it, but quite honestly, I wish I would have came out with like a 7mm mag or a 280 Ackley improved or somewhere on the lines of that for it. But we'll have to see how it works out. But I do like the way the system is. I have played around with an R8 Blouser before, and that was a really nice rifle. If you get about $5,000 to spend, but yeah. I think Savage has them at a pretty competitive price point, and we'll have to see how they are. I'm waiting for one to come in right now.
Yeah, I've taken one animal at 30-06. It was my first caribou, and the rounds I hand loaded were less than impressive. Nosler Acubons weren't going fast enough to expand, and just I don't know. I shot at the caribou 6 times. I put 5 shots through it, and it took the last one going through the neck to break the neck to put it down. So, but again, that's an ammo issue. I loaded those for close range bear hunting. That's what I did. So, in the world of affordable AR-10s, there's no market between traditional bolt and action and semi. Meaning you can get a good bolt action for a lot less than a good AR-10. I guess that's what that means. So, gun broker. It's gambling now. It's all auction. Yeah, you're welcome, Delray. I've got a Gen 3 Glock 19 and 17. Should I upgrade the barrel and guide rod? Only if you're going to run heavy hardcast out of them. If that's going to be your bear defense gun, you're going to run the 147 grain hardcast. Yeah, sure. Or plus P plus plus.
I was going to say, if you're running it as an everyday carry, I wouldn't worry about changing the barrel. The guide rod wouldn't be a bad idea.
Agreed. The lockup is a lot better on with the changed up guide rod. You get a lot better standard deviation over the chronograph. If you'll notice on most of my videos, my Glock 29 with an aftermarket guide rod and spring gets a lot better standard deviation than the Glock 20 factory that I borrow from Choop to make those 29 versus 20 versus 40 videos. And my G40 gets better lockup too with the KKM barrel. And now that I've got a NDZ spring in it, it's getting much better lockup, much better standard deviations. So something to think about. All right. I'm so far behind. 26-inch Weatherby rifle and 257 Weatherby Magnum. Pick one, 45-70 or 12 gauge. 45-70.
45-70. Well, I gotta head out, buddy. I gotta get ready for work. Thank you for letting me come on tonight. And I'll definitely do this again with you. This was fun.
Man. Yeah, anytime. All right. Take care.
Do you see it? Bye.
Yep. Make sure you go subscribe to Northwest Guns. All right. So pick one, 45-70 or 12 gauge. I go 45-70, man. I go 45-70, mainly because you have a lot better chance of if you get wet that the water is not going to ruin the case. I've had several brands of 12 gauge slugs ruined when we flipped over a kayak. Dumb long story, but I've told it before. But yeah, that's that. 45-70 for bear defense. If you want one gun to do everything with, you get 12 gauge. You make sure you waterproof your shot. Your slugs. Slugs are not very waterproof. So, what's the nominal temp right now up there? Oh, it's still pretty cold at night, 39, 40, and probably about 52 in the day. So that's that. I love 257. Only problem is after 1,000 rounds, that barrel looks like a traffic cone. It's not a bad, that. Dang, Chuck Shot is an awesome name. Yeah, I know. If I ever move from Alaska, it's going to be double out Chuck Shot, So, all right. An extended family of mine used a 243 to take a zebra in Africa. I used the zebra for baiting lion traps. He used traps for science, so they're all live traps. There you go. Carry 147 grain. There goes my bear rug behind me. Carry 147 grain HST in my carry gun. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm thinking of switching to 147 grain once this ammo shortage gets over, which is going to be a couple years. Love 12 gauge shockwave to double a buck for home defense, as long as you got a good brace on it where you can aim it. Yeah, sure. What's the difference between a Savage 110 and 111? I believe the 111 is long action only, and the 110 can be short action or long action. I could be wrong. It's one of those, vice versa. Thoughts on the 4440? I'm not very familiar with it. I know it's a lever action caliber, and with the right bullets, I'm sure it can do the job you want it to do. I'm not very familiar with it. It's a little underpowered compared to modern things, compared to like 3030 and well, it's probably a little more powerful than 3030 compared to 4570, 35 Remington. So how's this analogy? 270 is the 30-06 as 243 is the 308. Yeah, I don't know with that. I have a Savage 110 and 30-06, one of the most accurate rifles I ever owned. Yes, I love the 06. There you go. 12 gauge slug, okay for bear defense as long as you waterproof it. Is what it is there. Straight pull makes sense. Yeah, a lot of people love them. Comparable. Yeah, 12. Yeah, good solid slug. You don't want that. Make sure to waterproof your cells. Tungsten guide rod is best. Yeah, I agree with that because stainless steel guide rods will rust on you and during duck season when you need your gun. What is his channel name? Northwest Guns, right here. You need to put him a few more rounds to that bear chuck. He's still moving. yeah, that's true. 110 is either or if I remember. Yeah, I think that's correct. Bet the ammo shortage is about half over, but I say at least 2.5 years before stores can barely sell ammo for cost. Yeah. Yeah, if we get out of the first administration and the first 2 years, if we get into with not a lot of gun control passed, and we can get a Republican House or Senate, then yeah, at least 2.5 years before stores can barely sell ammo for cost. Yeah, there you go. What's up, the Bush Bunker? It's a Savage style action with different features. Yeah, there you go. All right, thanks for the super sticker, my brother. $4.99, appreciate it. Helping me get to Georgia. Do you agree that the new Remington 700 are hit and miss as to quality? Yeah, I have one that was great on accuracy and terrible on feeding out of the magazine. It was a 780L. So I took the magazine portion off and put a Magpul stock in them. Feeding magazines on the bottom. Feeds great. Best rifle, probably the best overall rifle I own. 110 is high-end Savage. 110, 11 is the budget version. Okay, there you go. So yeah, I got a Savage 111 in that 6.5 by 284. I love it, man. Absolutely love it. Well, we've been going for about an hour. So appreciate everybody being here. Coming up tomorrow, we have that 6.5 by 284 Norma video. So make sure you guys check it out. It's already been up on Patreon for a couple of days. So make sure you check that out. So that's that. What are your thoughts on Ruger LCR 38 Special Plus P? It'll do the job. I'm not a big fan of 38 Special. I think it under penetrates or doesn't perform very well. It doesn't deliver a lot of foot pounds, but especially out of a 2-inch. But hey, if that's what you got, it'll work. Gun control will be a stronger put when the Dems lose the House. Plenty of Dems don't want to talk gun control a year out from election. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. 110 was standard years ago. Yep. So we got a new 870 Wingmaster last year, and the thing is amazing quality, works every time. Yeah, the Wingmasters, they always kept good. So if you can lacquer those Brennicky Magnum slugs, it's hard to beat those. Yep. But you need to lacquer them because those are the ones that went dead on me. So that's that. All right, guys. Well, again, support us on Patreon if you can. We're looking for to go to Georgia and to get new stuff. And YouTube's been throttling the channel and the views lately. So support us if you can. Share every video you can. If you could just share it to 40 of you could share it 3 or 4 different places, or the equivalent of that 80 if you could share it 1 place or 2 places, then it's going to be awesome. So I would definitely look at that. And so that's that. Help us out and do what you can. So, all right, guys. Well, all right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Oder, for watching again from Iceland. So, Adam Hymas, thanks for the bullets. Just make a bunch of 6.5 Creedmoor versus 270 videos. No, my last one didn't do that well. My last one's not doing that well. I did a second one. My first one was 350,000 views so far, and and it sucked as a video. My last one, was a much better video, except for one little handheld camera I had to use in the middle of it because stuff died. And no, it didn't do that well. So that's the one I need to do well. So that's that. Kaliak J, I hope I said that right, or is it Kaliak? Have a blessed night yourself. God bless you, brother. All right, so like I said, did get a box in the mail today. Midway had some overrun bullets. So let's see what these look like before we go. Of course, I would be sitting in my shorts, not having a knife with me. But let's see here. These are supposed to be the factory overrun 136 grain polymer bonded tip. Bonded polymer tip. These are supposed to be the same ones used in the terminal ascent from Federal. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That looks like that Federal terminal ascent. So I got 100 of these to load up for 270. So y'all have a blessed night too. 136 grain. That's going to be good. Good night and God bless everybody.